Hello everybody. Today I don't know if it's strep throat or just a really bad cold, but not working today. I feel like crap. So I thought I would try and get a video out to you guys. There's a couple things that I want to say before I get into the video. And first is that most of my videos are going to be trigger warnings. If you are just getting into recovery or you're thinking about relapsing, it might not be a good idea to watch my videos because I have to go into detail about how drugs are used and whatnot. And I know that some people who are tilting on the edge, that might be a pushing point for them to go out and use, and that is the last thing that I want. So with that being said, if you still are interested in the video, I am trying to get more comfortable at talking to the camera. It's really hard for me to talk about these things, let alone talk on camera about them. But anyways, when we left off at our last story, I had done meth for the first time with my manager at the telemarketing place. And I was still in the beginning stages of when meth is fun and when it's good. Today I'm gonna get into the stages to where it's not good anymore. So like I was trying to describe to you guys in my last video, when I was around the time when I first started using, I had been like really chubby and just not confident. And once I started doing meth for a couple months, the weight started to fall off me and it got rid of my anxiety and I felt like a superhero. I was on top of the world. Excuse me, sorry. It's hard to talk with my throat hurting like this, but yeah, I felt invincible. I don't know, me and my girlfriend at the time, we had broken up for that summer. I was talking to girls, doing a lot of stupid stuff that I shouldn't have. I feel bad that me and my girlfriend even broke up during that time because it was completely my fault. And if I wasn't on drugs, it would have never happened. Well, who knows, but that's besides the point. Anyways, so about 8 months in, my face, it started sinking in, and I had been doing really good about like my parents not knowing that I was using meth, but it got into a point where my personality, it completely changed, and I started being a person that I wasn't. I was just a hot-headed, I was talking super ghetto and just not being the person that I am, and I was getting so skinny to the point where everyone started to notice that I just wasn't losing weight from working out and eating better, that I was losing weight from being on drugs. And the tipping point for me when my meth addictions totally spiraled and it led the trajectory to when I would eventually hit rock bottom was the first time that I decided to shoot up meth. So I know it's crazy to say, but when I was only smoking meth, I thought that shooting up drugs was disgusting. And I felt superior to people who did it. I swore that I would never shoot up drugs. And a lot of my friends had progressed into using that method. Smoking drugs just wasn't good enough for them anymore. So I eventually gave into the peer pressure, and let me tell you, those first 8 months that I had been only smoking it, I probably lost about 40 pounds, but within the next couple months, I would lose a drastic amount of weight within 3 or 4 months of me shooting it, to the point where I started to look like a skeleton. And I don't know if I said this in the last video, but the way that people's faces look when they start to look like skeletons, when they're doing drugs, it's not It's a little bit because they're not eating, but it's mostly because they are dehydrated, and it sucks the life out of your face. When you're using, especially when you're shooting up, you don't even remember to drink water. And when you're not high, if you even try to walk up the stairs, you're gonna be completely out of breath. You're gonna feel disgusting. Your heart's gonna race, and it's just horrible. And I remember, I remember one time when I had been coming down off of drugs. This was a while after I started shooting up. I went into the shower and I was just felt dead, and I sat down in the shower, and I had been kicked out of my house at this point. I was living with my grandparents, and I remember I took my hands and I placed it around my waist. Look at this for context for you guys right now. When I try to put my hands around my waist, it's not even close. But when I was shooting up drugs, I could completely encase like my ribs and my stomach, it just in between my fingers like that. Horrible. It's disgusting. I remember I didn't notice it for a long time. I just thought that I looked really skinny, but I didn't know the extent to how bad it had gotten. And let me tell you, the drug life when you're shooting to smoking is completely different. Your life is gonna spiral out of control. I was already like stealing and doing horrible stuff, but man, once I started shooting up, I had found my grandma's like an old credit card that she hadn't activated yet. It was for Best Buy, and it was like 5 years old. And I tweaked out so much, like I went through her drawer and found passwords and reactivated her Best Buy card. And the limit was like 5,000. And I would go and buy like laptops and TVs. I would message all my dealers and be like, hey, do you need anything from Best Buy? Will you give me some dope for it? And just horrible. This is the same grandma that I'm talking about would later pay $30,000 for me to get my lawyer to beat the attempted murder. I had the Brian Steele, the Drew Finling of Wisconsin, and she cared about me so much, and she believed in me throughout my addiction. She knew that one day if I could just get clean and get scared straight, and that it would work and I could stay clean. And she was right, but she had to endure all this stuff, man. I stole from everybody. I just cut so many connections off, and if you are in addiction right now, you can totally understand where I'm coming from. I also wanted to let you guys know that if you are watching short versions, my YouTube Shorts versions, when I break these down into 3-minute segments, if you don't want to find 3 or 4 different videos, you can go to my channel, and I have the long form content. I have the whole video, the whole 12-13 minute videos. You can just watch it straight through. I only have a couple of views right now on my long form content, but I have, I think, like 5,000 views on shorts. So if you guys don't want to, find through the different titles and find all the videos to come together, you guys can go to my channel and watch the long form content, and I would appreciate it. And I also wanted to let you guys know that I'm just giving you like the tip of the iceberg right now. I just want to get my story out, and once I get better equipment and I can get like a new PC or something and start video editing, I'm probably going to retell a lot of this main story, but I'm going to go into further detail just so I can get good quality content of my story out there. But until then, I'm going to keep grinding. If you guys could please bless me with a subscribe. We are at 25 subscribers right now. So I don't know, do the math, 1,000 where, this fraction close to being able to monetize the content. I also was thinking about starting a Patreon and maybe charging like $3 an hour for whoever wanted to support me, or $3 an hour, like $3 a month for whoever wants to support me, and they can get access to my videos early. And on there, I think that I would probably tell my more graphic, like really in detailed stories that I probably can't tell on YouTube. because I'll probably get striked. So if that's something that you guys are interested, let me know. And if you guys could please like and subscribe. We're gonna run this up. If you like this content, there's gonna be plenty more. And thank you guys for sticking in. I think I'm gonna record another video right after this so I can have some stuff to upload 2 days in a row. But thank you guys for everything. Don't do drugs.